Today, we're going to dive into the really incredible story of S.M. Vijayanand. He was a top civil servant whose career, get this, didn't actually end with retirement. Nope, it just transformed into a new, and you could argue even more powerful form of public service.
It's a pretty fascinating question, right? For most people, retirement is, well, it's the finish line. But for some, it's just the start of a whole new chapter, a chance to take decades of experience and apply it in totally new ways. And that's exactly the story we're exploring today.
Okay, so here's our game plan. We'll kick things off with his career in government to see where it all started. Then we'll dig into the core philosophy that really drove him. From there, we'll see how he put that philosophy to work after he retired, leading two major organizations. And finally, we'll wrap it all up to see how he completely redefines what retirement can even mean.
All right, so first up, let's lay the groundwork. S.M. Vijayanand spent his career in the Indian Administrative Service, the IAS, where he really built a name for himself by pushing for transformative, people-first programs.
So check out his journey. He joins the IAS way back in 1981. Now, a huge part of his career, we're talking 15 years right from day one, was spent leading Kerala's pioneering People's Plan. That deep, long-term commitment to local government eventually led him to the top job. In 2016, he was appointed Chief Secretary of Kerala. And a year later, in 2017, he officially retired from the civil service.
Now, to really get what he did after retirement, you first have to understand the big idea that drove him his entire career. It all comes down to this concept of democratic decentralization and what it truly means for people to participate. This quote, right here, gets to the absolute heart of his philosophy. And it's not just some nice words on a page. Vijayanand is making a really important distinction. See, just getting a crowd of people together, what he calls mobilization, that's not the real goal. Real participation is about empowerment. It's about giving people the tools and the confidence to make their own decisions. And that idea, it became the foundation for everything he did.
And here is the perfect example of that philosophy in action, Kudumbashree. He mentored this mission for 13 years, literally from its conception. It's this amazing program that organizes women into self-help groups, creating a massive network for both economic opportunity and, just as importantly, social democracy.
And the scale? I mean, just let that number sink in. We're talking about a network of almost 4.5 million women. This is not some small pilot project. This is a massive, grassroots movement that fundamentally changed the game for poverty alleviation and women's empowerment in Kerala, giving them a real voice in how their communities are run.
So that brings us to the next chapter. After retiring from the civil service, Vijayanand didn't just step back and relax. He stepped up. He took that same mission and brought it into the non-governmental world, becoming the chairman of an organization called Pradhan.
So what is Pradhan? Well, it's one of India's biggest and most respected NGOs. Their whole mission is to work hand-in-hand with some of the poorest communities, especially in the tribal areas of central India, to help them build sustainable livelihoods from the ground up.
And these numbers, they really paint a picture of the impact we're talking about. Under his leadership, Pradhan is supporting work in over 10,000 villages, and they've helped bring nearly 200,000 acres of land under natural farming. That's real, large-scale change happening on the ground.
And this focus on natural farming is absolutely crucial. See, it's not just about earning more money. This approach actually improves the local ecology and biodiversity. It means better, healthier food for families, and as Vijayanand has seen at other projects, the farmers themselves say they feel healthier and more resilient, especially when facing things like cyclones. It's a truly holistic way of thinking about well-being.
But his work with Pradhan is just one piece of the puzzle. Another really fascinating post-retirement role is his leadership of a truly unique organization called CRISP.
The model for CRISP is just brilliant. Think of it like a brain trust, an Avengers of public service. It's a group of incredibly experienced retired senior civil servants. We're talking people who have run entire government departments, who pull all that knowledge and offer it completely free of charge to any state government that needs help.
Here's how it works, and it's super straightforward. A state government has a tough problem. They reach out. A team from CRISP, which has about 14 of these former top officials, jumps in to provide high-level strategic advice. And the key thing, the most amazing part, is that it's all pro bono. It's driven entirely by the desire to keep serving the public. And this model's already making a difference in 10 states.
So when you take a step back and you put all of this together, what you really see is this powerful redefinition of retirement. It's not an exit from service, it's an evolution of it. And as if all that wasn't enough, just look at this list. It shows you the incredible breadth of his commitment. He's also the chairman of Kerala's State Finance Commission.
He's a trustee for leading organizations in palliative care and mental health, and he's the chairman for the School for Democracy. I mean, from state finances to critical healthcare, the work just goes on.
So here's the crucial point, the big takeaway from all of this. The journey of SM Vijayanand shows us that for some people, public service isn't a job with a start and an end date. It's a mission. And a mission, well, a mission doesn't have a retirement date. It just finds new ways to make an impact.